Yes, you're reading that correctly. $4.4 million lost. Greetings, gifting tribe. Today, I want to gift you with the 10 business, actually life lessons that I've learned from losing 99% of my assets. That was my everything. Everything that I had earned throughout this like 10-year journey of dropping out of med school and slowly progressing in the world of network marketing, stepping into crypto and learning the ins and outs, the twists and turns, and having accumulated my first seven figures, multiple seven figures, and then being able to put that into what I thought were a sound platform that worked until it didn't. And I have been going through the process of recouping from ground zero, from zero. Actually, even worse than zero, because once you have a certain lifestyle and it's dependent upon a single source of income, obvious first mistake there. Even as credible as it is, as soon as that disappears, all of these other things like living in the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which was like 14 grand a month, had to let go of that. I'm now in my motherland of Bangladesh, kind of working on my health. As you can see, my stretching table right there, working out quite religiously and focusing on my mental game before I even heavily step into rebuilding my finances, because I don't want to go back in with the same mentality that led to such a devastating loss and lessons. And that's what we're going to be diving into today. It's been a while since I've made a PowerPoint presentation, but I'll do my best here. Like over 10 years, I used to be really good at doing, school work such as presentations and assignments. So this felt like an assignment, but something I wanted to genuinely share. And these are the 10 lessons I learned by losing 4.4 million. Actually, it was $4,440,746.51 to be precise, as you can see from the screenshot of the money that I no longer have access to because the broker is in some lawsuits and things, and it's going to be a wild chase that I don't think has any ounce of hope, other than false hope that I don't want to sit on anymore. More than this, this was making me well over $100,000 a month down to zero. So as you can imagine, being that high up, and I was in a wonderful place, to be honest. I was living with a sense of peace that I had never had in network marketing, because this was not network marketing. It was more of a private clients and like a credit investor thing. And I was like, wow, I found something real. I found something that I could, make some commitments with, such as getting a place in Miami, getting a place in Dubai. Even thought about getting a car, which I'm not really even in a place too long to get a car. But I was thinking, finally, I have some stable income. I can start thinking about these things, until it didn't. So with that, let's dive into these 10 lessons. First and foremost, don't believe the story they are feeding you. It doesn't matter precisely what this particular thing that I was in was. It's everything. Every company is trying to get your money, and they're going to tell you a romantic story of how you can get out of the 9-to-5, how you can break generational poverty, how you can accomplish all of your dreams and become successful. All they need is your money, your money in their platform that they're going to do something with, and hopefully pay you out as they say they will. Not only that, but how they're making their money, don't believe that story either. Even if they show you how they're making their money, these creative artists are getting quite ingenious of the backstory of the foundational things of, we have a registered office, we got this high level official, the ambassador of this and that, the sheikh of this, the president of that, the whatever those celebrities or whatever. Don't believe any of the stories that they're telling you. And by the way, these are lessons that I'm giving myself. You're just like lessons that I took away. So you can take my word for it, or you can learn on your own. I'm just telling you things that I picked up. I'm not forcing these upon you. If you want to believe their story, you go ahead and believe what they tell you. I'm saying I no longer believe anything any company tells me about whatever they do. Pessimism and nihilism and skepticism for me is like 100%. Previously, it was like, I'll believe it until I have reason to doubt. Now I doubt until I have a reason to believe. Second lesson, it doesn't matter how well connected you are to the CEO or owners. Listen, with too many companies, I have flown to their headquarters. I've had lunches and dinners with the CEOs and the management team and the founders. I've went into some of their homes, met their wives, met their kids, called them friends. I've been through so much with management of so many different companies that I'm like, this makes no difference. If it's gonna go south, it's gonna go south, whether you're best friends with the CEO or you're just an affiliate or an investor. It's not gonna matter. In the particular opportunity that I lost $4.4 million in, not only did I sit at a table with the owner of the broker and the owner of the algorithm company and asked if for whatever reason the platform needs to shut down, regulations or whatever, will the clients get their money back? It was a affirmative yes. Of course, they said. Of course. Why? What do you think this is? Of course we'd give the money back. Both men, by the way, are extremely religious, which is another feel good thing. Oh, these are religious. These are family guys. They wouldn't do that to all these people that depend on this for an income. Okay, you believe that. I'm telling you from a state of too many times this happens and not like learning that, oh, this is just the nature of how these things work. It's when I first got into this like world of making money online, I was like, oh, that's a bad company. Oh, this might be a good company. Oh, that's also a bad company. Oh, like then I thought the ones that went down were like the bad ones, and I thought they were good ones. As you'll see in one of the other lessons, they're all bad. Don't sugarcoat the risk of 100% loss when inviting someone into the investment. We all boost up the upside of, oh man, you could make this, and then there's all these bonuses and this and that, and like look at all the possibilities. And then we like very quickly, that disclaimer of past performance is not indicative of future results. It should be even more aggressively mentioned, like, hey bro, you most likely will lose 100% of this. Like, you have to have that frame of mind to be able to do this. Not like, oh, you think it'll work? You think I should get a loan? You think I should like borrow money to my credit card? You think it'll be around for a year? All these questions, like, it has to be money that you have accepted that you will not see again. I love this one. It is so insidious how greed, which is a seductive mistress, she slowly creeps up on you. Because in the beginning, you're like, okay, I'll try it out and whatnot, see how it goes. The first deposit I made into this platform that I lost multiple millions in, I put $10,000. It's like, let me test it out. Let me do some withdrawals and everything, right? That means nothing. Just because you put money in and it works to make you profit, which by the way, you don't even know how they do that, and then you request a withdrawal. I was like, oh, it worked. What worked? Their front end system of spitting back money to you, and that was your assessment of I vetted it out, I tried it out, it works, bro. It's the real deal. I say all this sarcastically because it's the only thing you can do, because you can't be like butthurt about this kind of stuff because there's no one to complain to. All these like crypto and decentralized and forex brokers, it's you think you're going to go after them and capture some of the money? Good luck with that. So what I'm saying is that like these are painful lessons that you have to shrug off. You have to say, okay, you know what? That was a big L. That was a big lesson from which I will evolve. And it's that part that truthfully needs to like you need to put salt on that wound. You need to put vinegar on that wound. You need to remember that shit, that it hurt. Like, don't do that again. And this is me trying to do that for myself, and by side effect, you as well. But I want to keep this video up so that I always remember these lessons. This is a lot more for me than it is for you, but if it helps you, I hope you get something out of it. De-risk your principal before greed kicks in. Live to earn another way. Diversify. We say this, but we don't do this. I imagine you have 3 opportunities. One pays 5% a month, one pays 10% a month, and the other pays 15% a month. And imagine you have $3,000, right? You might think the logical thing to do is 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 here. Most people, they'll think, let me put the 3,000 in the more aggressive one, and I'll take the profits and I'll put it into the low risk and the low risk one. Or they might start out at the 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 distribution, and they're like, this one's growing so slowly. This one over here, wow, look at how fast that 1,000 is growing. And then it's like, oh, let me just take the money out of here and do that. So that's why I say that greed is so seductive, and it's so like slowly creeps up. Like the first time you make the deposit, you're doing it more logically, but slowly you start feeding into the companies like, oh, they're the real deal. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. I was like, oh, okay, they have a future. We have more time. All this other stuff. Stay diversified. Stay diversified and get your principal out. My new assessment of what it means to win in these opportunities is not making the most money. It's making sure that you're profitable, which most of the time, most people are not. Like, do you realize that most people are net negative across all opportunities that they join? If they would have just taken their money principal out to go play another game, to go put it into another program, they could have enjoyed some level of success. But they're heavily compounding. They're just greed gets into the mix, and they forget to diversify because they found something that they're romantically attached to and emotionally committed to, whether it's because they're sold on the company vision or whatever other BS that they're feeding you. Stop, Sal, stop compounding and start withdrawing the first sign of change. Rarely do companies ever have a good change. We're gonna make the comp plan better, but typically it's limiting how quickly you can rank up, limiting the withdrawals, putting fees in place, any sort of adjustment. Like I've gotten to the point, even if it's a promotion, which I now am scared of promotions, because promotions typically promotions in the sense of we're going to have a special package, a special deal that you can get a better rate that we don't normally offer. That to me is a red flag, a sign of the end is near, because it's a quick cash grab. And I've seen that too often, where there's a huge promotion and right after that promotion, they're gone. So at this point, I'm so paranoid that any change, bro, you're them messing with the back office. Yo, I again, you do you. I'm just saying that I've gotten to the point where I'm like, there's a bunch of other opportunities. I'll take my money and play with it somewhere else. This you may not understand until you feel it. The pain of $100 loss is more intense than the joy of $1,000 gain. The loss we think about a lot more. The loss stings us. The loss, like, how could they? Or like, damn, they got away with this. It's gonna burn a lot more than the $1,000, which is not gonna feel like enough. It's so funny how our minds work, and how greed is something that blinds us from seeing numbers and the rationality of like these actual facts of like, it hurts so much, and it like destroys our enthusiasm. It makes someone like me turn so pessimistic towards this industry, because of how the company is not your friend as much as you think it is your friend. It's not. It is trying to milk you silently while soothing you with their words, with their nice presentations, with "we're in this together," or some other way of whenever I see hype, or whenever I see like any sort of like motivational speech instead of the actual facts and numbers, and this is how we're making money. You think Warren Buffett needs to motivate his investors? Or does he talk about, here's our performance, here's what we're investing into, here's the numbers and analytics for you to assess? None of these companies actually do that. They just here's the comp plan, here's how you can reach this bonus, or here's how you can do this. Oh, we just give you a report of how much we made this week, but not really how we made it. So be very mindful. So now my goal is to make micro wins. I want to win, and for the feeling of winning, and not get caught up in trying to make the most and risk a complete loss. Don't get drunk on the hype by the leaders. Pull out profits. You have to understand that if you're in a system where someone benefits from you keeping the money in, or you putting more, or you compounding, then it's hard for them to be genuine. Not impossible, just hard for them to say, hey bro, I don't think this is right. Like, let's dip, let's get our money out and go. Because the leaders who should see it first, who should see like the red flags and the looking at the horizon and saying, hey, like this is not looking so good, they're the ones that are most blind to it, because they're getting paid well. They're getting paid not to see it. So you have to not get drunk on the things like company events, promotions I talked about, any sort of major things that the company does, to me, are becoming red flags. There's so many companies that after a major event, like a live event, or even their launch event, they're gone. And so it's like, that's where the hype is the most. all of these have a window of opportunity, and sometimes you can't even know that the window of opportunity is closing, because it's like you think that maybe getting in early is like a part of maximizing that window of opportunity. I know opportunities that have garnered so much like build up and anticipation of launch, like a massive pre-launch. Within 2 weeks, they were gone with millions of dollars from people. So you cannot know whether it's getting in early, whether it's you knowing the right people, whether it's the company says they're going to do their opening event like 3 months later, and you think that you have 3 months. All of these are unknowns, and all you can do is be hyper aware to look for some of them, but sometimes you can't even predict when the floor underneath you is going to get rugged. Every opportunity, however conservative, will come to an end. I love when people tell me, that's not a real opportunity, but my thing is real. My thing is conservative. You should do my thing. You name me a company that's been around for 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. I know of 2 companies that have been around for maybe 3 years that are now going under. Well, CFX already, I think, did, and Novatech is the other one. I think they're having problems already, or it's not looking good. This is not an industry for next 10 years or what. Oh my God, I was a part of this live event, and this guy in the crowd was like, "What's your 5-year vision?" I was like, "This is he like a new to this industry? 5 give me 5 months, 5 years." Well, this is not the place for that. Go open a restaurant if you want 5 years, which, by the way, most restaurants do collapse in 2 years. But I don't even know, like, get a job, I guess. I mean, like, this is not an industry of like solid businesses, and like I don't see Binance coming out with an opportunity with a network marketing plan. If this was so great, Amazon's not doing it. I mean, they're doing an affiliate program, but like, you have to understand that these sorts of, I would say anything above 10%, which, by the way, in the real world, that's insane. You tell any like proper investor that you're getting 10% a month, he'll slap you. It's like, what kind of bullshit are you in? And in our industry of like crypto and forex stuff, 10% a month is like boring conservative. Like at least 15 to like be interesting. And it's more like in the range of like 20 to 40% even. So every opportunity, as conservative as you think it is. I remember this wallet. What was it called? Torque wallet. Everyone was crapping on all these other platforms and saying Torque was safe. Like they were laughing at everybody else. Like they were like, haha, this went down, this went down. They should have put money in Torque. Where's Torque now? I know somebody who actually he lost $4 million in that safe wallet that had a comp plan and all that. I think because like one of their guys, one of the workers there took the ledger or something with some BS story that they want you to believe. It's all a game of risk and reward. Enter the casino with only what you're willing to lose 100% of. This is so hard for our brains to understand because we don't think that we're going to lose the money. We think that we're going to be the ones that makes it out. But yet we behave the opposite. We keep compounding, we keep ignoring red flags. We just keep aiming for things that ultimately let us down. And so at least go in there with like, okay, I can't afford to lose $1,000, but 300, let's see what happens. These are not real businesses. These are creative stories around some piece of like way that they can milk you. I'm trying not to use like profanity, but honestly, that's what comes to mind. I wanted to say this is a beautiful story around a piece of shit that they're like offering you. They're like, this thing, you know, you'll like it. Try it. Like, oh, but it has a great comp. Oh, but I know somebody making $5,000 a month. It must be real. Okay, okay. I'm not saying don't do any of these stuff, because I myself will. I'm just saying understand what they are so you're not blindsided by them. Had I taken that $4 million and put even as basic as $400,000 across 10 different opportunities, had 3 of them gone down, had 5 of them gone down, I still would have had, I still wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now, where I'm starting from 0. Worse than 0, because like I said, I have some commitments that depended on that large 6-figure a month income that I'm still trying to uphold, like to my parents and place that needs to operate and 5 kittens. And so, and not to mention a lot of my health stuff. So, you know, it's a lot of tough lessons. Ultimately, many of these lessons you will have to learn for yourself through your own losses. I urge you to learn fast. Good luck. I hope this has been helpful to you, as has been therapeutic for me to talk about this industry, because all I hear is people like giving you one side of this industry, which is like for their sake of benefit of like what's possible, what you can make, why this opportunity is not good and their opportunity is good. I'm telling you, they're all not good. They're all gonna go under. They're all something that you should be aware of, like in terms of being mindful of how you participate in them, and not get lured and not get drunk on all the bullshit that they feed you. Again, this is coming from someone that not only lost 4.4 million in this particular platform over the course of 10 years, 2013 when I dropped out of med school to 2023, I've made and lost more than most people will ever make. So collectively, it's much more than the 4.4. That was just in one shot. It's literally midnight right now, and I wanted to get this done before I go to sleep, because it's a rare opportunity for me to speak in a way that I normally don't, and you might see that I'm not too sold on any company, because I will never be sold on any company. I don't trust. There is no trust left in me for anything that any company, like I would love for a company to reach out to me and invite me to wherever, and like, Sal, we're the real deal. You can come and check us out, and you can do this, and you could trade on your own Binance and whatever, and what. I'll still participate in it with the same mentality as if it was there to take my money. I'm in a mental chess game with every platform that I put my money in, knowing that they're not my friend. as much as I may smile with the CEOs, as much as I may sit in their offices, as much as I may have lunches with them and whatnot, not saying that they're intentionally doing that. Business sometimes goes sideways. There's a bad partner. There's turbulence in the market. There's so many different elements that are juggling and turning in there that if one of them doesn't work properly or one of them is a bad apple, it all collapses. So one of the healthiest things I can see is a broad diversification with no loyalty. At least for me, there will be no loyalty to any company, just my own pockets, just like you should be loyal to your own pockets. So we're all adults here. And I don't get the idea of not being able to take responsibility over your own financial decisions. There's no one that I'm complaining to about the $4.4 million loss. I have to eat it. I just have to okay, deal with it and move on. I don't understand this whole mentality of like accusing your sponsor of they're struggling as much as you are. They just took a massive hit like you did. Sorry, just getting on a lot of these tangent rants that I have seen so much in the industry, of all these flaws that I don't see many people talking about. So if I need to be the guy to talk about them, so be it. I will. But I hope you found some value in it, and I hope that you learn your own lessons. If it comes with struggles, it will come with struggles, because I can tell you, only when it hurts will I learn something and be able to carry that forward in my future endeavors. With that, Gifting Tribe, let's always find creative ways to give, gift, and uplift. I'll catch you guys on the next piece.